Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to be looking at the Neca Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze Super Shredder. This is from the end of the second Turtles film, when Shredder became frustrated enough to take the mutagen himself, became this huge, bruiser, lunking, bulky Super Shredder. He fought the Turtles, and it was a very short-lived battle as the entire dock collapsed in on him. So let's check out the packaging here. As you can see, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze, Super Shredder, gotta put Nickelodeon there. The top, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze. One side, you can see Super Shredder and the movie name. Other side, very similar. At the bottom, there is a barcode, in case that helps anybody, as well as some credits. And then the back, here's Shredder holding the mutagen, and here he is fighting the Turtles at the dock and holding his accessory. This is one of Neca's ultimate figures. He's also large and oversized. Has this window box front, you can hear the Velcro. On the inside flap, here's Super Shredder, and on the inside, here he is. He looks absolutely huge and jam-packed with accessories. So with no further ado, let's open him up. Alright. Now that we got this figure out of the package, here he is with all of his accessories laid out. He does come with 5 alternate hands, totaling 7 interchangeable hands. He has a very large spear, and then a canister of mutagen that mutated the Turtles into Ninja Turtles, and it says TGRI on it. But before we look at the accessories, let's check out the actual figure. So this is the Super Shredder. He took the mutagen and became this giant monstrosity. Starting with his head here, his eyes look very intense under that helmet. He's got spikes on the top, on the sides. It looks great. His mask looks really nice from the front and from the back. His helmet has so much texture on it. It looks great. So many different details, paint shading and sculpting all over this guy. Shoulder pads are giant. They got spikes all over them, and they're made of a soft material, so you don't have to worry about them breaking off. Going further down, the purple on his outfit really pops, all the different shading, abs, super tone, biceps are huge. He's got some kind of double jointed elbows, it appears, double jointed knees, ton of spikes on his shins as well. He's got some kind of sandals on. His cape sort of has a shiny color to it on the back. On the inside, it's just black. So he's one of the main villains from the end of the Turtles 2 film. Happy to check him off the list, and he's a really cool Shredder figure as well. And then, here's the figure broken down as far as he can go, with all of his removable parts detached. Now let's check out his accessories, and let's start off with his hands. Here he is with his first pair of hands. These are his fists. Here's his next pair of hands. These are some outstretched hands. They look like they could be reaching for or grabbing something. And then his next pair of hands. These are both some semi-open gripping hands. They have a little bit of a smaller grip and should be able to hold the spear. And he has one additional left hand. This is another gripping hand, but has a much larger grip, presumably to hold the mutagen canister. Now let's look at his mutagen canister. TGRI. You can see it's got the green liquid on the inside. Looks very cool. And here he is, holding the canister. Now let's look at his spear. This thing is huge. You can see at the top here, it's got the blade, looks fantastic. A little bit of silver at the top. Moving lower, it's got a black handle and a little spike at the bottom. Here he is holding the spear. He can hold it with either one hand or with two. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and his accessories, now let's check out his height. From bottom to the top of his head, he's sitting at about 8.75 inches tall, which is going to translate to about 22 centimeters. And if you go to the top of his helmet, sitting at about 9.75 inches. Now let's check out his articulation. Starting with his head here, of course, it can rotate from side to side. It can look up and down about that much. It can tilt a little bit from side to side as well. Shoulders are a ball joint. His joints are very tight. I can only get it to go out about that far. Up, down, around, all that good stuff. No bicep cut. He does have rotation at the elbow here at the top and at the bottom. Double jointed elbow. There's the back part going up and then the front part going up. His wrist can rotate and it's going to be hinged as well. He's got a ball joint at the top of his torso, can rotate around, go forward and back. Another ball joint at his waist, can also rotate, go forward and back, giving him a very nice range of motion in his torso. Legs on ball joints, they go out about that far. They can swivel independently of the ball. Go forward about that far, back, pretty much not at all. Double jointed knees here, they can rotate at the top. Then they go back about that far. Then his ankle here, it can tilt and rock. It can go up and down. Can't really rotate much. There's no toe articulation. Here's a Super Shredder holding up the canister of ooze while the turtles look at him in disbelief. Imagine if we actually got a fight between the turtles and the Super Shredder in Turtles 2, instead of that stupid ending where Shredder simply knocks the docks on himself. No payoff to a great setup. It would probably look a little something like this. I'm sure the turtles would end up winning the film, whether they beat Shredder or if Splinter came to their aid. But what if it ended up like this? Now let's check them out next to some other action figures, starting off with some other Ninja Turtle figures. Here he is next to a couple of other mutations from Turtles 2. These are actually the only other official NECA Turtles 2 action figures, although you can definitely double up the Turtles and foot soldiers from Turtles 2. Here he is next to the Shredder from the first film, which is an amazing figure. NECA did say they're going to be making a regular Shredder from Turtles 2 after it came back from the junkyard. Looking forward to seeing that eventually. And here he is with all the different foot soldiers that I have. I really hope they give us Tatsu to round out the Foot Clan. Then, next to the turtles from the first film, you can see just how massive he is. I love these huge, oversized deluxe figures. These turtles are from the first film, but they can easily double up as the turtles from the second film as well. Here he is with a few other turtle movie figures. We do know we're going to be getting an April O'Neil from the first film, a regular Shredder from the second film. I'm pretty sure we're going to get an unmasked Casey Jones. Personally, I really hope they give us Tatsu, Danny, and Kino to round out the list. Here he is next to a Shredder from DC Direct's Batman vs. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the animated film line. And then next to the turtles from that film. And here, next to a few other recently acquired turtle figures. So they wanted Super Shredder to be huge at the end of the film. They got the wrestler Kevin Nash to play him. Here he is next to a few different Kevin Nash figures I have. Now let's check him out next to some action figures from different various companies to see how he fits in both scale and style wise, in case you want to know which lines you can mix him with. Here he is with some of his NECA brothers. In front of you are 5 different action figure lines, all from NECA Toys, all 7-inch scale. And here he is next to some DST or Diamond Select toys. Then next to some McFarlane toys. And here he is next to some DC Direct and DC Collectibles figures. Then next to some Mattel wrestling figures. And here he is next to some Mezco 1/12 cloth soft goods action figures. Then next to some Mattel DC Universe Classics and Multiverse figures. And here next to some Mafex figures. Then with some Hasbro Marvel Legends. And here he is next to some SH Figure Arts action figures. And finally, here he is next to some Jazzwares Fortnite figures. So overall, this is a great figure. He looks amazing. The spikes, the helmet, the eyes, his accessories are great, the canister and the spear, all the different hands. His articulation is pretty good. I would just wish his shoulders would go up a little bit more. Overall, if I were to rate this guy, I'd give him a solid 8.5 out of 10. I'd give the original first film Shredder a 9 out of 10. These are both some great figures by NECA. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, This is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you real soon.